Tonight on TechLive.
Nursing home surveillance cameras that link to the web will have the debate over proposals to make them mandatory. This is April 7th, 1927, a giant leap for technology, the birth of television. We look at its evolution and what the future holds for viewers.
Temperature here is 94.7 degrees Fahrenheit.
The movie Coma is based on Robin Cook's best-selling novel. The author is celebrating its 25th anniversary. We ask him what he thinks about advances in medical technology.
Low-level ultraviolet bacteriostatic.
And could sexual desire be put in a nasal spray bottle? New experimental drug that could be the best thing for sex since Viagra.
And now, here's TechLive's Michaela Pereira.
Good evening. Some call them granny cams, web cameras that allow families to watch over loved ones in nursing homes. They're a hot topic. Some want to make them mandatory. New York Bureau Chief Rick Lockridge joins us now live with this new twist in surveillance. Rick?
Thanks, Michaela. Well, webcams like this one have become our eyes into places formerly out of view. In fact, it even kind of looks like an eyeball, doesn't it? And these devices have touched up a furious debate in the nursing home industry where, known as granny cams they're either sensible monitoring tools or invasive spy devices, depending on who you ask. Alzheimer's patient Josephine Massia loves to dance, and thanks to the web-connected video cameras at New York's Hebrew Home for the Aged,
there she is.
Her family can watch her dance.
We have peace of mind because we know she's being having a good time. Plus, we know she's being well cared for there. But then you see it, and you see she really enjoys herself.
This home has embraced webcams, but many of the nation's 17,000 nursing facilities don't want them, including this elder care facility in the Bronx.
What the industry feels is that granny cams are unnecessary, that good quality of care to protect residents from abuse, neglect. There are many other checks and balances in place.
Can I go in here? Yeah, you can come in here too, Esther.
Many nursing homes also oppose the cameras due to cost, the potential for lawsuits, and patient and worker privacy.
Employees in general don't want to be videotaped while they're on the job.
Try telling that to Maryland lawmaker Sue Hecht. She witnessed something that convinced her the cameras are essential.
I walked in and at my mom's nursing home and saw her being abused. And, then it became not only what I saw, but what I wasn't seeing.
Hecht tried unsuccessfully to pass a bill that would have given families the right to have granny cam monitoring. She says the nursing home industry would benefit too.
With memory loss in the elderly, a lot of times they think that something wasn't done or was done, and this will help them.
Benign supervision or aggressive spying. As we enter an age where cameras can be anywhere, we'll have to decide if we want them everywhere. 10 other states, in addition to Maryland, have considered such laws, and one, Texas, has passed one. Michaela?
All right, Rick Lockridge in New York. Well, folks, we want to know what you think. Sound off. Do you think should surveillance cameras in nursing homes be required by law? You can head to techlive.com. You can cast your vote there. We will, of course, bring you the results at the end of tonight's show. A battle over censorship appears to be headed to the Supreme Court. At issue, whether libraries should be required to install software that filters out pornography. Washington Bureau Chief Peter Barnes joins us live now with an update. Peter?
Hi, Michaela. Well, lawyers for and against this new law finished up a 2-week trial in Philadelphia this week, both sides promising to appeal to the High Court. Free speech lawyers predict a federal court in Philadelphia will strike down Congress's latest attempt to block internet pornography. This effort, a new law to force public libraries to install filtering software on their computers.
Everyone from all sides of this case agrees that the filters, the blocking software, simply doesn't work, and that the software ends up blocking access to a lot of constitutionally protected speech.
At the close of the 2-week trial, judges on the 3-member panel were openly concerned.
The judges' questions reflected a recognition that public libraries in this country lie at the heart of the First Amendment. They are places where people come to get information of all types.
The law will pull federal funding for libraries that don't install filtering software, a provision supporters say makes it constitutional.
I think you'll find, just as previous Supreme Court cases have held, that indeed the government can condition the availabilities of money on requiring certain things to be done.
A decision in the case is expected by May. If the losing side appeals, and that is likely, the case goes straight to the Supreme Court. Now, supporters say the law also does not violate free speech because if libraries want to offer unfiltered internet access, they can simply turn down the federal money. Michaela?
Peter, are the libraries together in terms of their criticism of this new law?
Actually, they're not. About 7% of the public libraries install filtering software voluntarily, and the courts may continue to allow that.
Peter Barnes, Washington Bureau Chief. Thank you, Peter. Some of the most high-tech inventions are made to move you around. Here's our Brett Larson with some cool stuff that'll lift you off your feet.
It's like floating on air. In fact, it is floating on air. The Airboard from Arbor Tech is a personal hovercraft that floats about 4 inches off the ground. A single wheel gets you started, then air currents and round brushes work to keep you afloat. It can move at 15 miles per hour, can carry over 200 pounds, and it uses a Briggs & Stratton 4-stroke engine. The high-tech ambient orb is a stock watcher in disguise. Made by Ambient Devices, this light is programmed to track the Dow Jones Industrial Average via a wireless pager network. Green, the market is up. Red, the market is down. Other colors indicate different things. You can even program it to follow your personal stocks or monitor local weather or traffic. The Toyota Scion series is high-tech for the road. The Scion BBX is the boombox car of the future. The sound system cranks at over 1,300 watts. It has an in-dash DVD player and headrest-mounted monitors for rear passengers. The Scion CCX is a hybrid coupe wagon. It has multi-display monitor for movies and navigation, plus its 2 sunroofs slide away, and you've got a convertible. I'm Brett Larson, and that's cool stuff.
Cool indeed. Would you like to travel to ancient Rome? We're going to show you how to do just that on Monday's Cool Stuff. Well, on Sunday, we're going to be singing Happy 75th Birthday in honor of the very first television broadcast in America. David Stevenson joins us live with a look at where TV started and where it's headed next. David?
Michaela, it all began with a future American president who became the nation's first TV star. And just as the programming on our TV sets has evolved over the years, the technology behind the screen is also poised for some major changes.
April 7th, 1927, the dawn of a revolution. Bell Telephone transmits the image and voice of Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover from Washington, D.C. to New York. From day one, TV has never stopped evolving.
We've gone from analog back from the 50s and 60s all the way to color TV, and now the big question is, where do we go from here?
The next step, a rapid switch to digital sets.
Within the projection TV industry, digital has really taken over. For that reason, Sony's not introducing any new analog sets, but going with an all-digital lineup.
Also getting close, wider adoption of high-definition TV. Costs for both broadcasters and consumers and a lack of programming have held back HDTV so far.
Broadcasters have to infuse $1 million or $2 million worth of hardware and equipment into upgrading their TV stations today. Consumers don't really want to spend for that kind of money when you're looking at a $3,000, $5,000 HD TV set.
Analysts say television could face a battle to remain the box of choice for entertainment consumers.
If the television industry, the cable industry, fails to really advance video on demand, then we will see the computer industry developing streaming video on demand, where you'll be able to watch and pay for your favorite television shows via the computer.
It's technology that will challenge consumers to change their TV viewing patterns.
The Federal Communications Commission is trying to speed the transition to digital television. The agency is asking the 4 major networks and 2 movie channels to broadcast at least half of their primetime programming in a high-definition format beginning this fall. Michaela?
All right, David Stevenson, thank you. He's written about cutting-edge medicine, and his book Coma became a feature film. We're talking about best-selling author Robin Cook. And Robin, we understand you even had a part in the film.
I did indeed. Probably my favorite scene, I was put in a wheelchair when Michael Douglas ran by.
Very cool. Robin, we're going to talk with you and more about the film in a little bit. A film you'll be able to see right here on Tech TV, Coma, tonight. Could the way to better sex come in a nasal spray? One whiff of this and you may be overcome with sexual desire. Later we'll tell you how it makes for better living through technology. KPMG, we're strong as can be. Corporate theme songs are popular downloads these days. We'll tell you who's got the #1 spot in the top 20 IT anthem site.
Whatever, just get it over with. Hammer out a deal. Show me my Yankees.
Why one cable company is still saying no to yes, and how DirecTV may be able to capitalize on the dilemma.
sex, lies, and video games. Are video games too sexy? Extended Play, coming up on Tech TV's Technology Festival. Tech TV wants to know, has technology improved your love life?
It's helped me write hate mail to girls that I break up with.
Technology has not improved my love life because my husband spends too much time with it.
I usually turn it off about that time.
Stay tuned for more better living through technology, all this week on Tech TV.
This program is brought to you in part by Computer Associates, the software that manages e-business.
So, Dan, do we have everything we need for this meeting?
It's all right here, sir.
Is your data backup as reliable as it should be?
Don't worry, sir. He told me everything.
Ours is. Bright Store Storage Software from Computer Associates.
You must all break out of your humdrum existences. The atom becomes the flower, becomes the ox, becomes the man. We all must change. The world needs change. You, sir, you must change.
Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that changes from an SUV to a pickup. There's also Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Chevy Avalanche, like a rock.
Across the country, people everywhere are tuning into a revolutionary new kind of radio that delivers more choice, better sound, and coast-to-coast coverage. Introducing XM Satellite Radio. Part rocket science, part rock and roll, XM brings 100 channels of music, news, sports, and entertainment to your car or home for just $9.99 a month. It's easy to get XM, and you don't even have to replace your radio. XM adapters start at $300, and you can save $50 if you call our toll-free number now. XM has it all, from programming you already know and love to an extraordinary range of original channels you can't hear anywhere else. XM puts 71 channels of music, 12 channels of news, 5 channels of sports, and 12 channels of talk and information at your fingertips, including more than 30 commercial-free channels. So join the radio revolution. Call our toll-free number now to save $50 on an XM satellite radio system at a store near you.
Tech TV wants to know, have you ever met anyone online?
No. I've been married for years.
I have met 2 people. Like, I've met lots of people online, but I've never met them face-to-face afterwards. Yeah, definitely.
No, definitely not.
Stay tuned for more better living through technology, all this week on Tech TV.
Tech TV, television about technology.
Thriller novels have long dominated bestseller lists, and tonight, an interview with the man many people credit with creating the genre of the medical thriller. Robin Cook wrote the book Coma, which became a national bestseller in 1977. Now, a year later, the novel was turned into the hit movie Coma, starring Genevieve Bujold and Michael Douglas. Robin Cook joins us tonight. Thank you so much for being here, Robin.
It's my pleasure.
25 years later, why do you think Coma was such a hit?
Well, it started a new genre. People kind of put doctors and medicine on a pedestal, and Coma kind of knocked them off in a certain sense because it turned out that the bad guys were doctors.
Well, certainly a lot has changed, maybe not that part, since Coma first came out. Does its message still hold up today, given all of the new medical technologies and advancements?
Unfortunately, it does, and that's one of the things that I find embarrassing for medicine, because part of my motivation to write the book was to get people to recognize that there was a shortage of organs for transplantation. And when you have that kind of shortage, various unconscionable things could happen, as happened in Coma. And today, there's actually twice as many people waiting for organs as there were in 1977 when the book came out.
Well, several of your books, and there have been over 20, highlight the dangers of medical technologies. What exactly is it that you like so much about this darker side of tech?
Well, actually, what it is that I use entertainment and the scary aspect of entertainment to get people interested in these issues that I think they should know something about. And because in a lot of ways, there's no other way for people to really understand. They don't think that they could probably understand it. If you put it in the format of a mystery thriller, a fun movie, or whatever, they sit there, absorb it, and strangely enough, at the end, they understand what it is, and they actually have an opinion, because what I'm really trying to do is influence public policy.
Well, really quickly, you have an uncanny ability to anticipate national controversy and really play on the public's greatest fears. Give us a hint. What's your next project?
Well, my last book dealt a little bit with embryonic stem cells.
Right.
And then the next issue involved there is what they call therapeutic cloning. And I'm going to go even a step beyond that.
We can't wait until that book comes out. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
That is author of Coma, Robin Cook. And you can, of course, see Coma, the movie, right here on Tech TV tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again. It is a subject that makes almost everyone sit up and listen. In tonight's Hot Click, a new experimental drug that gives us even more reason to talk about sex. It's certainly an opportunity at Better Living Through Technology. And here to do that talking is our biotech reporter, Mr. Mark Levinson.
Well, Michaela, it may be a popular subject, but it's also a troubling one for millions of people who suffer from sexual dysfunctions. Now, not everybody agrees that prescription drugs solve sex problems, but with a potential new therapy, a little sniff might mean a better sex.
One whiff of this nasal spray, and boredom may turn into sexual desire. It's not an aphrodisiac. It's a new drug called PT-141.
We are now moving into the first trials in actual patients.
New Jersey's Paladin Technologies developed a molecule that presses the brain's arousal buttons. It starts blood flow that helps men achieve an erection.
Nasal delivery has the advantage that absorption is very rapid, and it really will be an on-demand product.
It's not like Viagra, which acts on the cardiovascular system. Viagra just prolongs the blood supply needed for sex. It helps the 1/3 of middle and older age men who suffer erectile dysfunction. But tests on these chummy rats find PT-141 may also help the estimated 40% of women who complain they're sexually unfulfilled.
We believe that PT-141 has a very high likelihood to aid women with female sexual dysfunction.
Well, I think that such a drug is really a fantasy.
Prominent sex therapist Leonore Tiefer thinks industry exaggerates the physical nature of sex problems and argues drugs never solve emotional conflict.
I don't think drugs are the solution for people to have a better sex life in the short run or in the long run. It's ridiculous.
But Paladin foresees a major market for drugs like PT-141.
Most men that have erectile dysfunction will need to take a pharmacological treatment or drug treatment for most of the rest of their lives.
Clinical tests on men and women this year may decide if the future of better sex is somewhere in a disposable spray bottle.
Now, a first round of clinical trials found that PT-141 is safe. Now it's up to the next round of trials to learn if the drug really works. Michaela?
Why exactly do the therapists seem to object to this drug if it helps improve sex life?
Well, even if a drug improves how the biology functions, it won't necessarily change how partners feel about each other. And that's why some therapists told me of male patients who've thrown their Viagra away. So drugs like PT-141 may work better, but they may never completely replace the marriage counselor.
Good point. Mark Levinson, our biotech reporter. Thank you. Countries have anthems, so why not corporations? Some companies' theme songs are becoming cult hits online, but whether companies wrote them for fun or for branding purposes, these songs are sure to entertain. Chris Kosach keeps us on the cutting edge of this brand of entertainment.
MCKC is the place to be. The team is great, one gotta see.
McKinsey & Company rocks the mic with their theme song, MCKC. So far, more than 6,000 people have downloaded it from the top 20 IT anthems site hosted by ZDNet UK. The site was started by Chris Reddig, a London-based web programmer. Corporate themes piqued his interest after he came across this ditty from accounting firm KPMG. This one really brings the house down.
KPMG, we're strong as can be.
And finally, we leave you with this inspiring tune from a company called Magic Software.
When a deadline's coming at you.
Chris Kosach, Tech TV.
Little Beach Boys influence in that song. You can get a link to that site by visiting our website, techlive.com. Next, how airport security is taking a cue from Disneyland. And as a good news, bad news story for the implantable Verichip, the company behind it won a battle but still has to fight a war.
first reconfigurable luxury SUT. Cadillac Escalade EXT. Breakthrough. Moo.
If you're a music lover, there's never been a better time to call 1-800-GATEWAY, because right now you can get an amazing deal on the Gateway 500X digital music PC. This Intel Pentium 4 processor-based PC lets you mix and share your music in a whole new way. It includes a flat panel monitor, CD burner, the Gateway Musicware CD creator pack, and more, all for only $15.99. So call 1-800-GATEWAY today. That's 1-800-GATEWAY.
The National Collectors Mint is releasing an historic commemorative. America United takes the U.S. government's magnificent .999 pure silver eagle dollar and adds vivid images of September 11th. National Collectors Mint, from this coin's orders, has donated over $1 million to official September 11th funds. Each coin is legal tender, the largest, heaviest, and purest silver coin ever minted by the U.S. government. With brilliant color artistry, an image of the Twin Towers rises up to the enfolding arms of Lady Liberty. On the reverse, the great eagle shines through the furling flag. National Collectors Mint initially set the price of this collectible at $49, but to make it affordable to all patriotic collectors, we have cut the price to $29.95. A strict limit of 5 coins per order allows more Americans to participate. Your country needs your help. Call now.
Call 1-800-342-0808. Limit 5 coins per call. Call 1-800-342-0808.
For the amusement park fan, roller coasters are, of course, a focal point. But a new era is dawning. Computer technology lets designers surpass the industry's holy grail of 100-mile-an-hour coasters. Computers are also turning the most outlandish ideas into some of the most thrilling rides ever. Monday on TechLive, you better tune in. We're going to travel to Utah to see how PC skills blend with the twists and turns of roller coaster technology. Airport security, meanwhile, is taking a page out of the Disneyland playbook. Gary Nuremberg shows us the next step in making our skies safer.
When new security precautions adopted after September 11th caused long passenger delays, the government drafted a crowd management specialist from Disney World.
It's all about having a different flow.
Long lines have given way to amusement park switchbacks. Passengers see flat-screen monitors telling them how to save time by getting ready for the security screens.
We went from 500 people an hour, which was the max flow we saw when we arrived, to about 850 today.
The Transportation Security Administration is using low-tech crowd management techniques to cut waiting times to less than 10 minutes, but knows it needs new technologies to make the security checks better.
Everything from biometrics to smart cards to other technologies as well in terms of identifying threats.
The government expects to implement the crowd management techniques over the next few months. Decisions on high-tech security solutions will take years. Gary Nuremberg, Tech TV.
Now that the agency knows what works, it has some training to do. It is expected to hire 60,000 screeners by the end of this year. And let's take a look at how the markets ended the day today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ended up about 36 points to 10,271, while the NASDAQ closed down 19 points to 1770. A minor setback for Verichip and a New York cable provider that won't be carrying Yankee games. Let's check in with our bureaus now for more on these stories.
In the Silicon Valley, I'm Jim Golden. The company behind that implantable Verichip is celebrating a victory tonight, but maybe not the complete victory it had been hoping for. The Food and Drug Administration says Applied Digital Solutions is free to implant the device in people, so long as it is not encoded with any medical information. That, of course, was one of the key applications for this device from the very beginning. Company Chief Technology Officer Keith Bolton told me late today, quote, "Bottom line is the technology is only 4 months old and we are now selling it in the United States. That should tell the story." Bolton says Applied Digital is working on other applications and says the chip can still be used to direct medical personnel to a broader medical database without storing any of that medical information on the chip itself. Applied Digital also says it will continue to work with the FDA on future generations of the Verichip.
I'm Rick Lockridge at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, where the Yanks home opener finds giant Cablevision still saying no to yes. Cablevision refusing to offer yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network and its 130 Yankee telecasts as part of its basic package. Yes, insisting it be offered as part of basic cable or not at all. Cablevision's New York area competitors have all knuckled under to Yes, but Cablevision has refused, angering many of its 3 million subscribers.
Just put the two in a room, get a politician, a mediator involved, and just lock them in there with no food or light until they hammer out a deal.
DirecTV, meanwhile, hoping to capitalize on the Yes controversy, has set up a sign-up booth right here in front of Yankee Stadium.
And that was a look at some of the technology headlines from around the U.S. this Friday. What does a lasagna-eating cat know about keeping kids safe on the internet? Well, you might be surprised. A cool, kid-friendly web browser when we come back.
Oh, this is incredible. This is like that picture-perfect road you see in like Road and Track. Bring it on, road. Game on. Let's rip it up. Bring it. Bring it. Let's go.
Oh, look at this. That's a 180 turn right there. See how it handles. It's just like sticks to the road.
Well, little Mario Andretti over here. Ooh! This thing's flying up the mountain.
Meet the new Pontiac Vibe.
Vibe 1, mountain nothing.
What am I to your small business? I'm a Dell Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor for just $699. A serious upgrade in power without the annoying upgrade in price. But look closer. What I really am is a better way for your business to do business. Customized to fit your needs and backed by award-winning service and support on the phone or online 24/7. Allow me to grow your business. I'm a Dell Dimension desktop, powered by the Intel Pentium 4 processor for only $699. I'm much, much more than business as usual.
Get great deals on Dell Business desktops, notebooks, and servers. Right now, double your memory on select Dell Business systems. And save up to $300 on select systems.
Small business technology. Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell.
Sunday on the Discovery Channel. One whale, one ship. One of the most remarkable survival stories ever told. Relive the horror as 20 desperate sailors struggle against a savage sea. In a real-life story of suffering and sacrifice, as told by the few who survived. Moby Dick, the true story. Premiering Sunday at 9 Eastern Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
This is Bob. Bob is doing well. Very well indeed. That's because not long ago, Bob realized that he needed something better in his life. And what did he get? Why, a big boost of confidence, a little more self-esteem, and a very happy missus at home. If you're interested in learning more about Enzyte, call for more information at 1-877-4-ENZYTE or visit us online.
You're watching Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival, where you can win free stuff every day in the Great Gadget Giveaway sponsored by Dell. And coming up in the next 30 minutes, you could win HP printers.
We're going to show you how to do it.
It's easy. Just watch Tech TV. When you see one of these on-screen icons, log on to techtv.com. Tell us what you saw and when you saw it, and you could be a winner. Amazing prizes, amazing television. The Great Gadget Giveaway is all part of Tech TV's 2002 Technology Festival.
Earlier, we told you about so-called granny cams, a way to watch your elderly family member while under a nursing home's care. We, of course, asked you to sound off at our website. Should surveillance cameras be used in nursing homes and be required by law? Interesting results to this poll tonight. 77% say yes, this should be required by law, while only 23% decline. Are you, of course, interested in keeping your kids safe online? Well, if you are, you might want to check this site out.
Welcome to Garfield Island.
Yes, Garfield the cat and cartoonist Jim Davis offers safe surfing through a kid-friendly web browser that parents can customize. Some of the special features include the ability to control incoming email and change the settings remotely. Garfield prevents kids from giving out personal information and directs them to kid-friendly sites. The address, of course, is garfieldisland.com. Thank you so much for joining us on Tech Live this evening. I'm Michaela Pereira. From all of us in New York, Washington, Seattle, Silicon Valley, and of course here in our San Francisco headquarters, good night. And don't forget to tune in to Tech TV tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern for the premiere of the big screensavers with the movie Coma. Good night.